What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing great. It's been 72 hours since I've gotten fired, and still kind of on that pink cloud feeling of not really accepting it, but also enjoying the fact that I am not accepting it, if that makes sense. I'm sure soon enough the reality that I don't have a guaranteed paycheck coming in is going to hit. But for now, I'm going to continue to ride this wave of enthusiasm. I think that's normal when you're embarking on a new journey, but I know there's going to be a lot of adversity. I've already gone through some of that. I'm ready for it, I think. Can never be too sure, but I do want to say this. I posted that video about me getting fired, the second one on my YouTube channel in about 7 years, I want to say. And I posted it and I didn't even log into my YouTube channel to look at the metrics, but I opened up my YouTube tonight and I saw that there was, I think, 1,200 views on that video. I did not expect that, but more so, what shocked me even more was the amount of comments and the amount of positivity and encouragement and inspiration. A lot of you guys shared your story. Some of you guys said that you guys went through exactly what I'm going through a year ago, and I don't know, there was just a lot of positive comments, which I was not expecting. And truthfully, you know how when you get kind of lonely at night, you can start to kind of get those scary thoughts? I was on the brink of that. One thing you guys should know about me is that I'm actually a recovering alcoholic. I have a year of sobriety. And so when I hear just those types of comments, first of all, it's rare to see that on the internet. As someone who works with the internet all day, I should say used to work. It's definitely a positive sentiment that is truly uplifting, and I definitely feel blessed. And I don't say that word often, but I definitely feel really lucky to have connected with so many of you. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to document my entrepreneurship journey here, just so that if there's anyone else in the same boat and is chasing entrepreneurship, you can see what I'm doing, you can tell me what you're doing. But I just think this would be a fun way to share the journey, the highs and the lows. But here's what I've been up to the last almost 72 hours. I have been conducting some market research and thinking about, what do I want to sell? What do I want to market? What do I want to build? When I go on YouTube and I'm trying to learn about AI and how to build next level automation, there's a lot of great content on School. I don't know if you know what School is, but it's an educational platform. And there are some really good content creators. The one thing though is I feel like there's a missing element. So I worked in customer relationship marketing. That's my signature strength. So there's acquisition marketing, which is all the ads on social media, Google, traditional marketing as most people call it. But then there's customer relationship marketing and building brand loyalty. And that's what I specialize in. If there's one thing I've noticed, it's that there's a lack of human connection with respect to the customer. It's very transactional. It's make a quick buck. I even look at the big YouTubers, and in almost every video, they're saying, do you want to be a millionaire like me? I can tell you how to be a millionaire. Buy this product, buy this guide. And I'm not gonna lie, some of those courses are good, especially if you don't know anything about AI. But as someone who has studied marketing and branding for some time, there's one thing I can tell you, and that's that the brands that have survived decades of technological change all share one thing in common. And that's that they put the customer, the human, at the forefront, and they don't treat them as a transactional item. Look at the Ritz-Carlton. They've been around for 70, 80 years. They've survived every technological revolution, every scary moment in the economy where technology was going to be a threat. They've survived it all. And it's like, why is that? It's because they put the customer at the forefront. When I go on YouTube, I'm learning about AI. There's a lot of great content on how to build agentic automations and to become an expert in that. But I've struggled to find any content that really knows how to use it to build a brand and to build a moat. If I catch wind that your product is doing really well, I can build your product in a day or two with AI. So it's okay. If we look at history, what are the brands that have survived every technological change and have lasted the decades? There's Coca-Cola, there's the Ritz-Carlton, the Four Seasons, there's obviously the car companies, Ford, Porsche, BMW. You look at the clothing brands, Nike, Lululemon's been around for a while now. They all share one thing in common. It's that they put the customer at the forefront. And here's one thing I have learned in marketing. It's that the customer wants three things. They want a product or service with zero defects. Who would have thunk? They want timeliness. They don't want to be waiting around. They want promptness. And then perhaps the most important thing is they want the person that they're dealing with to be nice to them. I can't tell you how many times I've been working with a client and just noticed my collar's a mess. That'll look good for YouTube. But I can't tell you how many times I've been working with a brand or a client and they're grilling me over the numbers. And eventually I get a sample of their product and it's terrible. I'll tell you a story. I was working with a pet food company and they sold fresh pet food, and I was helping them with the retention strategy, and they were coming at me and saying, Jake, why is our retention program not working? Why is it not working? And I said, you know what? That's a great question. Can you send me some of your dog food? I want to give it to my dogs and just see how they react to it. I want to go through the entire customer experience, right, as a pet owner. They were happy to. In fact, they got excited. And so they sent it to me. My dogs wouldn't eat it. They wouldn't touch it. I have 2 golden retrievers. They will eat anything, but they wouldn't eat that food. And so that was a fundamental shift in how I looked at marketing and how I think a lot of the content on YouTube is dropping the ball. Because if you don't have a product or service that is of high quality, you can build out every AI automation in the world. You can build out every sexy website in the world, every trendy website in the world. But if it doesn't provide true value, game over. But the one that is the most devastating is when you do have a good product, but you lose the customer because you dismissed them or you treated them as if they were transactional. And right now, we live in a world where all is customer support platforms that are powered by AI. Yeah, you might solve your customer support tickets a lot faster with AI, but you're not getting to know your customer, and you're definitely missing out on the human element. You look at Zappos, when Tony Heisch, I think that was his last name, when he was running it, they had a phone center that was highly trained, well paid, and they would talk to you on the phone all night long. You can read a book about it. It's called Delivering Happiness. They would even order pizza for some of their customers who were drunk in the middle of the night, and they called Zappos. And that's really what separated them, because if you think about it, back then, who would buy shoes on the internet? Back then you had to try shoes on in a store at Foot Locker. They gave free returns, and their whole model was on service. And then unfortunately, Tony died, and Amazon came in and replaced the CEO, and she axed the entire customer support division, and she went fully automated with it. And Zappos has really tanked ever since. It's not a good business anymore. So that's just one story of many that I could give you, but that's what I've been thinking about the last 72 hours. How do I leverage AI, but also create a product that provides value, is timely, and how do I be nice to the customer? Hoping in the next video, I'll have more answers there. I've been doing a lot of research, but that's what I've been thinking about, and let me know your thoughts. I'm curious what you guys think.